Paula Beitancourt is UN Special Rapporteur on the human rights of internally displaced persons. She has said that looking at how Israel is continuing to conduct its offensive, quote, Israel is seeking to permanently alter the composition of Gaza's population with ever-expanding evacuation orders and widespread and systematic attacks on civilians and civilian infrastructure. And Paula joins us now live from Bogota in Colombia. Given Secretary Blinken's visit and the assurances that he has received from Israel, do you still hold that belief?
Thank you, Becky. First, let me say this is his fifth visit to the region, and we haven't seen any changes in the effective protection of the civilians in Gaza. So I obviously fully support this call for the Palestinians in Gaza to be able to return home as soon as possible. And I obviously welcome Secretary Blinken's statement that the deportation of Palestinians across borders would be unacceptable, and obviously look forward to hearing it directly from the State of Israel authorities, followed by concrete actions to that effect. But however, this is only words for the moment. This doesn't change the facts on the ground, namely that Gaza has become unlivable as a direct result of Israel's actions. As we all know, the destruction of civilian infrastructure, destructions of homes, health facilities, the lack of access to humanitarian aid. And you know the numbers, 1.9 million of the Gaza's population has been displaced. This is 88% that have been reduced to a minimum portion of the land. So obviously this is nice messages, but at the same time, while Blinken stated yesterday that Prime Minister has informed him in private that the resettlement of Palestinians outside Gaza is not the policy of Israel, we have not heard any clear public statement from the Prime Minister to this effect. On the contrary, we have heard that he requested the United States to pressure Egypt to open its borders so there could be voluntary immigrants from Gaza. So we need to see. We need to see, Becky, but obviously these are words we were to hear.
Two things I just want to interject with. Firstly, what then do you make of the concession that Antony Blinken is certainly platforming that he got from the Israelis in allowing the UN to get into northern Gaza and get an assessment on reconstruction done on the ground? What do you make of that?
I'm cautiously optimistic about this assertion. It's obviously important, but I would underline that the assessment should be allowed full and unsupervised access to conflict-affected areas, and obviously the safety of those involved must be guaranteed. And we all know that Israel has shown a complete disregard for the United Nations and the lives of its personnel, continuing relentlessly bombarding UNRWA and have killed already nearly 150 staff. So this will be a first step, a comprehensive and human rights-based reconstruction with meaningful participation. Inclusion of the Gazas is necessary, so the reconstruction must include measures to document and ensure accountability, I would say, for the human rights violations that have already occurred. And as we know, and Israel may agree to an assessment, historically they have refused to allow human rights investigations in Gaza. So let's see. I take these words with cautious, but obviously optimistic that this is going to happen.